Hi guys, so I thought, about this self-tanning tutorial I said I was gonna make, and I just couldn't figure out the best way to make it, and like the angles right and all this stuff. So I apologize, this isn't gonna be a tutorial, but this is gonna be tips and tricks that I use, that some of them are maybe mainstream knowledge and some of them aren't. So I figured I'd do that instead of like trying to get my, legs all rubbed right, and just seemed kind of creepy. So I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed, but hopefully this will make up for it. So first thing I want to talk about, moisturized skin. And you can get this through rubbing lotion on your body before you apply your self-tanner. But I found that doesn't allow such a good adhesion for the self-tanner to dry and blend into your skin well. So this is what I do before I put my self-tanner on. I would take a bath and I use a scrubbing cloth. You can use a scrubbing mitt, cloth, a body scrub, but that gets kind of messy when you're in the bathtub. So you take the cloth and you just scrub your whole body. And for the moisture part, so your skin isn't drying so you don't get splotches, I put a few little drops of, I would say I put a little less than half a cup of olive oil in the bath. And so while I'm scrubbing and bathing and getting my skin prepared, my skin is getting moisturized. Then I'll get out of the tub, and when you dry off on your towel, you don't have oily residue that's gonna hinder the adhesion to your skin. So you get moisturized skin right before you put your tanner on, and you don't get streaks or longer drying time, because the towel takes the excess oil off your body but leaves the oil that has gone into your skin. So perfect tip there. That's my tip for getting perfectly moisturized skin before you put your self-tanner on. Second thing, I take lotion and I put it to excuse me, I put it to all the kind of problem areas, your knees, your ankles, your elbows, and I put it right here because it tends to get, you tend to get white lines right here from your wrist bending. So I put a little lotion here on the palms of my hands, and my hands look a tad orange because I left on a little bit so I could show you guys another trick. So then I will kind of halfway rub that in. Don't rub the lotion in all the way. Leave it a little like kind of thin film. Don't rub it all the way in, so then that gets those areas less tan because the color is going to absorb in those dry areas. Okay, so after you've done that, then you're going to apply your self-tanner. And what I have now is 2 applications of the Banana Boat Summer Color, and I applied day before yesterday and then last night. So this is 2 applications 2 days apart. Now you can wait 3 hours and put another coat on, but that talk about taking all night. I do recommend doing it at night and making sure that your self-tanner is completely dry, and like I said, the self-tanner really dries fairly quickly. So here's another tip that I have failed and succeeded at this kind of orange hands or like spots or whatever that you don't realize you've missed or maybe got too much. So the lemon juice trick and the just buying self-tanner remover, that's great and everything, but I don't really want to have to buy all these products just to get a tan, right? So and the lemon juice trick doesn't really work for me. I don't know, maybe it works for some people, it doesn't work for me. So what I did notice that worked was, because I apply that self-tanner on my face, and every time I wash my face, I use a toner. And I've noticed the color coming off in the cotton balls. Well, I looked it up, and it's because of the salicylic acid. So just use your everyday toner, make sure it has salicylic acid on it, take a cotton ball, and I've left some self-tanner on my hands to show you guys. So I've applied about that much on a cotton ball. You know, you can apply how much ever. And you're gonna be able to see, like I'm gonna go right in this area and a little down here. Then you just start rubbing the spots like this. Scrub, 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 whatever. The areas that you may have a little extra in between your fingers here, that tends to be a problem area. Just like this. Along the thumb area here, this little end of your palm here. And as you can see, self-tanner has come off on this cotton ball, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys can tell in this lighting, but this has lightened up a lot where I left a little excess. So then I'll just take this to the other area. And all it is the salicylic acid removes it right away. So you don't have to spend extra money on self-tanner remover and everything. Unless you're like making huge mistakes, then I wouldn't recommend putting this all over your body because that's gonna really dry you out. So, there you go. There's the excess self-tanner. Now I washed my hands before this, whatever. My hands aren't dirty. This is the actual self-tanner coming off. So, there you go. I don't know if you guys can tell. I can tell. Actually, I just kind of made a white streak there. But there's the residue of the extra self-tanner in between my fingers and on my palms and everything. So that's a good trick that I don't think a lot of people know. So if you have little problem areas, don't go out and spend 20 bucks on a self-tanner remover. Just use your toner that you have at home if it has salicylic acid in it. If not, go out and get some. It's like 2 bucks. Way cheaper. All right, and my last tip is how to avoid the white hand thing. You know, because it's hard. You wash your hands after you apply your self-tanner, so you end up with white hands and a tan body. Well, as you can see, my hands really aren't that much difference as my arm. And what I do is, after I've applied the self-tanner all over my body, I wash my hands, right, get it all off, get all that excess off or whatever. Then I just take a tad little squirt into my fingertips, just my fingertips, and then I will rub it into the tops of my hands and go kind of up on my fingers like this, and make sure you really rub that in really well, and do the same thing with the other hand just on your fingertips. Don't get it down here because then you're gonna have to wash your hands again. So rub it in really nicely with your fingertips, and then all you have to wash are your fingertips, and get those real good in the in your sink, and use some soap. And then after that, go back with your astringent toner, whatever you want to call it, just on your fingertips. And voila, you don't have the white hand syndrome. It's just the best method that I've come up with. Because even if you use gloves, you're still going to have white hands. So, sorry I couldn't really figure out the best way to do a tutorial. But I hope these tips and tricks helped you. Like I said, some of them are kind of known, like the exfoliation and all that stuff. But some of these I've just kind of come up with by accident. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully tanned summer. Yeah, Fake and Bake is great once you know how to use it, and you know, don't look like an Oompa Loompa and have white hands with orange palms. So hopefully these tricks will help you prevent that. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you have an amazing day.